Hey, this is Sam Black with my second match with red-white tokens in Standard. I have a much better opening hand this time. So I'm going to raise the alarm here, and then of course I'll lightning strike the policeman line on my turn. Still want to use lightning strike. I think my opponent is likely playing the no enchantment version of this deck, which makes me kind of want to just use Mortal Obstinacy just for damage. I think this is likely the Andrew Tensham's version of Ebs and Aggro. But that might, it might be wrong to assume that so early. Ordinarily, I would want to play Ashcloud Phoenix here, but I don't really like playing Ashcloud Phoenix into Anafenza because it turns on removal. So I think what I want to do is just chain the Anafenza. And as for this Mortal Obstinacy, I'm going to hold on to it because it's nice to get it on a flyer instead of a ground guy anyway. Alright, I think Tenjin was not playing Air of the Wilds specifically. So I think that means it's a different list, which means it could easily have Herald of Torment, or it could have Courser of Griffix. So I'll hold off on Mortal Obstinacy, I guess. Could play it on a soldier just to attack for 2 and threaten to trade with the air, but certainly I've played this turn wrong if that's my plan. It would be much better to use the planes for that and use the mana confluence for black for the Phoenix and not tell my opponent whether or not to use Vileblade when I do that and stuff. But I don't really think that's the line I want to take anyway. I think I'm just passing here and then maybe I might just double block the air with the soldiers if my opponent doesn't play a big guy before combat and does attack. Soldier the Pantheon. It's a little unexpected. Um, hmm. I don't think I care about the air, and I don't want to trade my soldiers now that I don't have the Phoenix. Oh, well, there's another Phoenix. Alright. I'll attack with one soldier and leave the other back to hold off his soldier. And then I'll just cast Phoenix. More Abzan Charms. Too bad. Alright, you can't really complain about trading a soldier for a soldier of the Pantheon. Now I have to decide if I want to get Change the Rocks or Dragon Mantle. I think I'm actually just going to get Change the Rocks. There's also an argument for Change the Rocks and don't cast it, I suppose. Kind of interested in that line, actually. My opponent wants to race and doesn't have a follow-up creature. I'm fine with that. Did I draw out another Abzan Charm somehow? Oh. So just a lot of damage. Okay. I guess that's threatening enough to make me want to use the chain. Let's build a blocker for the air and attack with this and hope my opponent doesn't play a 4-power creature. Don't know why that happened before or after blocking instead of before to hit me for 2 damage. That doesn't make any sense. There's no way I was gonna not block there. I'd rather trade with Seeker than jump with Pilgrim, so I'll attack with Pilgrim. And then just play Seeker. Yeah, so now I just hope for the best. Keep this little clock going and hope to draw as many spells as my opponent. That's not good. That is good. Eidolon of Countless Battles would be a very good draw. That's not bad. Opponent's functionally at 1. Can't think of any instant speed life gain that my opponent might be playing, so I don't think there's any reason to play my Pilgrim and use it for Convoke. Alright, so I want Glare of Heresy, obviously. And I definitely don't want Mortal Obstinacy. And Lightning Strike actually seems pretty good here. And I always like Chandra. And I usually don't like this after sideboarding. And I think Stoke is relatively good here because of Anafenza in particular. It's weird to want this burn against Abzan, but I think that's the situation. Raise the Alarm feels a little underpowered and not important. You could just get outclassed by my opponent's creatures, and I'm trying to play a controlling role here. I could see cutting Ashclad Phoenix against Abzan Charm and Anafenza. I like it more against control decks than aggressive decks, certainly. But yeah, I don't want to raise my curve too much. It's definitely one of my more expensive spells, clearly. I guess I'll try cutting Phoenix here. Feels weird. But yeah, I'm just going for the plan of just a bunch of removal in this spot. We'll see how that works. This is a pretty good hand. Definitely don't need more lands. I should play the mountain. In case I draw tapped land and my opponent makes me want to play Chain to the Rocks. I would like to chain in offensive, but I think it actually makes more sense to just play Outburst, and then next turn I can Outburst Chain, and I spend my mana a lot more efficiently. I take 4 damage, but I actually kind of think that's not that important in this matchup, oddly. I say oddly because my opponent is like a beatdown deck that has reach in the form of Siege Rhino, but I think fundamentally this match is about board presence rather than life totals. It's fine, I have a glare for that. Often it feels good to get Planeswalkers down as early as possible since they generate an effect every turn that they're in play. Against Abzan specifically, I often find that I want to try to play my Planeswalker as late as possible to get them to use Hero's Downfall and other stuff, and then stick a Planeswalker once we've all exhausted our resources. Attack with all my goblins here. And I have to decide if I want to Lightning Strike Anafenza or play Wingmate Rock if Anafenza blocks. And I think I just want to play the Rock. Though I don't especially want to get hit. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the Rock. Anafenza is not really that important here. And getting 2 rocks is a really big deal. Very hard for them to beat, I think. And if I draw a land, I can just Chandra Lightning Strike and Offensive. And then I gain a lot of life between the Wingmate Rock and the Seeker. Even if my opponent kills one of them, I'm still gaining some life. Oh, there's an Herb Organ play. That's pretty awesome. This means I can actually get mana from this now. So I can make the Chandra Lightning Strike play. I might as well go through the beginning of combat before my opponent knows that that's happening. I don't think it matters, but since Inoffensive can't block, there's no real reason to play Lightning Strike before attacking. But I do want the extra damage. Oh. What? Oh, I see. Back Nature got Inoffensive back. Interesting. But blocking's already happened. That's not a bad draw. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to just start by attacking with everything and see where we go from there. I guess I should have Chandra +1 first, so that the attack would be lethal, just to force my opponent to act. But maybe my opponent's implicitly forced to act when I go to combat, and this lets me choose to zero Chandra if I want to for some reason. Okay, killing Wingmate Rock, going to 0 cards, so I went